Hey guys, my name is Matt from BG Outdoors. Welcome to our camp. We're in beautiful Albion, Pennsylvania, and wait till you guys see some of these amazing views. The place that we're at is actually called the Dirty Chair, I believe, and they actually use it for mud trucks and things like that. So some of the views around here are absolutely amazing. Our backdrop is basically a cornfield. This property is absolutely beautiful. I kind of wish we would have gotten out while the leaves were still on the trees, but it kind of feels like fall just happened overnight. So we're working with what we got. We're hoping for a beautiful camp. We've got our inflatable hot tent. We brought our wood burning stove, and we brought some really good food to make for dinner tonight, and we're looking to have a really good time. So glad you guys are with us, and we will talk to you shortly. These video cameras really do not do places like this justice. This place is absolutely beautiful. Rolling hills. There's trails all throughout. Man. Hopefully I'll get some really good still. A few good short videos of this nature. Looking forward to this camp. Absolutely gorgeous. Couldn't ask for better. Yeah, we really truly could not ask for a better spot to camp. I wish that the trees were a little bit more full, but it's absolutely gorgeous out here. I think it's about 42 degrees right now. It's supposed to drop down into the mid to lower 30s. I'm not real worried about it. I'm kind of looking forward to being in a nice warm tent with the wood burner stove. And here in a moment, we're gonna get our gear out, and we're gonna start setting up, and we'll see you when we get back. So the owner of the property is absolutely amazing. They left us a ton of wood. So all we're going to really have to do with this wood is process it down a little bit, and we'll have plenty of wood for our campfire tonight. The truck is absolutely covered in mud. It was a really steep ride to come in here, and obviously we've had a lot of rain. Matter of fact, we had about 3 or 4 inches of snow 3 or 4 days ago, but the place is muddy. Definitely worth it though. Oh yeah, she is filthy. It's okay though. First thing we're going to do is set up our tent. This seems to be about the flattest area of the land, so I think we're going to use this spot here. So here we go. Ugh. This thing ain't huge, but it's heavy. There she is. Massive, tiny inflatable tent. That thing weighs about probably 40-45 pounds. But it's easy to put up, and it's absolutely glorious on the inside. Alright, so let's get her set up. I see one of the buckles is already undone. But it's one of those tents that actually fits back in the bag that it comes in. I know that's rare. Still a little dirty from our last camp, but that's alright. Probably gonna get a little more dirty right now, so not a big deal. Oh, she does weigh a lot. Got our tent stakes. Absolutely amazing tent stakes that came with this tent. I kind of thought that it would just come with the regular straight stakes, but these are those beefy ones. This couple we didn't even actually use yet. But yeah, absolutely beautiful tent stakes. These things are never gonna fail us. All right, let's unroll it. Yeah. Oh yeah, she's a big one. That way and this way. Beautiful. Still all of our strings attached. It's a little dirty. That's all right. Okay, so unlike a lot of the other inflatable tents, this one is actually single chamber, so we only have this one nozzle to blow it up with. And so it's really simple. And even if we bring it down, it's really simple too. This pump actually has the attachment to where it can just screw on the existing cap. And then after we get that on, we just start pumping. Faster. As you guys can see, it's starting to take shape. It's a little finicky. You kind of got to pump the crap out of it at first, but then after you start getting a little bit of air in it, it kind of just pops up. There she goes. She's starting to go up. Almost there. Now all I got to kind of do is grab the corners a bit and pick it up and put it into place, and then things start kind of popping out. She's taking shape, guys. Feels like it's taking more to pump it up this time than last time. I think it might be because of the cold. Okay, she looks like she's ready to pop up. And a couple good pushes. And once we get the sides up, we just kind of got to kick in the corners. Well, I wanted to get it on camera, but that boy just popped up on its own, so good deal. We'll test the tubes and make sure that there's enough air in them. Now we're going to go ahead and kick the corners out. You kind of got to go into each corner and kick it to tighten it up at the base. But after that, pretty much the tent itself is set up. We just got to stake it out and fill it up with our stuff. I always like to peg it out while all the doors are zipped up. That way, whenever we tighten it up at the bottom, we're not over tightening to where the zippers won't close. So I don't plan on using this guy line. I mean, it's a little windy in the woods right now, but not so windy where I'm going to worry about it. So I'm not really going to guy it out. I'm just going to take this off. Otherwise, we'll just be kicking it around all night. Yeah, this is usually just to keep the rain off here or anything like that. I'm not expecting rain until tomorrow afternoon. Hopefully we'll be out of here by then. I'm just going to roll this up. This out of the way. We probably won't be rolling this back down until later tonight whenever we go to sleep. So. Kind of getting that out of the way for now. So that's the tent all set up. Now we're going to get our gear out and hook up our wood burning stove. Okay, so I made this little heat barrier board. I just basically took a piece of 3/4 inch ply and I attached a piece of steel on top with some screws. Last time we had our fire pit in one of our tents, we burnt the floor out. So this isn't done yet. I'm actually going to end up cutting some of these edges off here to make it a little bit smaller. But I'm also going to use the heat retardant, this usually that you put down for your stove. I'm going to put that down on here, the heat guard. So I'm going to use this, the steel plate, as well as the heat guard, the heat guard, just to give it a little bit of extra insulation from burning the floor. And so here is our stove. And we didn't. I know this isn't like a Palmolive or a Winter Well or anything like that, but this stove's pretty great. The only problem I have with it is that it's pretty much the same width as it is in length. So I can't use the longer boards, like 15 to 16 inches boards, in order to fill it with wood. So I have to cut my wood down a little bit more than normal. But again, I'm going to use this extra heat guard. Just as a little added extra protection so that we don't burn our floor again. A little noisy. That's alright, it's coming together. So yeah, I'm just going to lay this heat sheet down. You see, you can actually see here where the plastic from the tent burnt to the bottom. So just in case, just to be extra safe, we're going to use both for a little added extra protection. So I got that piece sorted out, and what I was actually using the pipes a couple ways backwards, so we got it. And that is our stove all set up. Here in a few, we're going to process down some wood and get our sleep system put in here, and we'll be ready to relax. Last thing we do here, put the center on the outside. We've already got our ash arrestor on top of it. There we go. And there she is. She's all set up and ready to roll. I dig it. Well, that was a slight pain in the neck, but we got it up, the tent's up, the stove's installed. Now we'll get our sleep system and the rest of the stuff up. So this is my Abby girl. She's here camping with me today. This is my third youngest child, Abigator. We call her several things: Gator, Gator Bait, Abigail. Say hi, Abby.
Hello.
And I'm really glad to be out here with her. I actually took a camp about 2 weeks ago with my youngest daughter, Izzy. So now it's her turn, and we plan on having a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sky is looking really ominous, but I'm hoping we don't get any rain till tomorrow. If we do, no big deal. We like rain camps too. No biggie. And now we're going to get our sleep system put in and get that set up. So for my sleep system, I'm just using a Free Soldier sleeping pad. And I also have kind of like a Japanese mat that I put on top. I'm obviously a big guy, so I like a little bit of comfort. But This is a really nice pad in itself. It's kind of made for bigger guys. And I'm going to be using my flex tail gear to fill it up. I believe actually I fill it up from this end. So let's make sure the other end is closed properly. It actually has two of the plugs, one in the pillow side. You can actually use your foot and pump this up as well, but I just like using my flex tail gear. A lot easier, a whole lot less strenuous. And I'm a fat guy and I don't like to work out. So that's what we're doing today. As soon as I find it. There we go. And this shouldn't take too long to fill up. Usually that's a little too small. Yep, that'll work. So we'll go ahead and fill this up. Mind the noise, this thing is really loud when it first comes on, so so that is my sleep system set up. As you can tell, I'm a creature for comfort. I also have my 30 to 40 degree bag, but I always bring my pillow from home because I don't like to be uncomfortable, and that's just the way of it. Yeah, so Abby's going to be using an actual inflatable mattress. She's a little bit more bougie than her daddy, so we'll get this pumped up and get our sleep system put together. So that's Abby's pad all blown up. We're not going to be too horribly cold. Plus this, whenever that wood burner is rolling, this thing gets scorching hot sometimes, so she'll have plenty. We also brought a couple extra blankets too, just in case it gets a little too cold for us. So that is our system, our sleep system all set up. We got an extra bag there with some extra blankets in it. Stove is all ready to roll, and here in a few minutes we're going to start processing some wood and set up our fire pit. So we'll back in a minute. So a little bit about myself. I don't really like talking about myself very much, but most of my life I've camped, but my family and I have just started camping together in the past 3 years, and we started off very small, and then we've just kind of grown. And I absolutely love the outdoors. I always have. It's an escape from the nonsense, especially nowadays with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. This has definitely been an immense blessing for my family and for myself. So for the past 3 years, this has kind of been our escape. And lately I've been doing solo camps and things like that, and I haven't really been recording them, but now I want to. If nothing else, to leave something behind for my children, but also just have something of my own. I have been blessed with an absolutely amazing family. My wife is incredible. My children are awesome. I've been blessed. And coming out here and seeing this and just being by ourselves and being able to enjoy out here away from there is priceless. So I always encourage folks, if you used to do this whenever you're younger and you want to do it again, do it. Even if it's just you and yourself, a tent and a couple items. I see a lot of folks on YouTube, they just pack a bag and they take a tent and a few things in their hiking backpacks, and they go and they get out. Just having that couple of hours or a couple of days or even one night, just going out for one night and finding your center is absolutely priceless. And I wouldn't trade this for the world. And I'm blessed to be able to share it with my family and my children. And hopefully, whenever they grow older and they have families of their own, that they'll follow that legacy. So that's my hopes. Um, and that's it. Um, we're hardworking folks. We love our family, and we love the outdoors. So try it. That's what I tell everyone. Give it a shot. You never know you like it until you try it. And if you go out once or twice and you don't like it, whatever. So what? You wasted one night. Don't ever do it again. But I can almost guarantee you, if you've ever enjoyed the outdoors, you're gonna fall in love with it. Trust me. Okay, so that's our sleep system put up. Our tent's done. Our stove is up and ready to go. We're kind of just chilling out now, taking in the nature and just kind of enjoying out here. It is beautiful out here. Like I said earlier, I wish we would have come out while the trees were still a little bit more full. We were just busy with everything else with the family, but I'm glad that we're out here today. Um, it's breathtaking out here. I think this is a spot that we're going to be using on a regular basis. The owners of the property have actually left us a good amount of wood. We brought our own wood because I wasn't sure how we'd be able to process something out of the woods. I wasn't, because it's somebody else's property, it's not really my right to go in here and cut down even like the standing dead and stuff like that. So I figured I would just bring my own. Plus the wood that I brought for our stove, we had to cut down to be shorter because, like I said, that stove is as wide as it is deep. So we had to bring some smaller pieces for that. But he left us a lot of wood. This land is absolutely gorgeous. And pretty soon here we're going to process a little bit of wood and we're going to set up our flat fold fire pit. They did provide us with a fire pit on the land here, but I just really like using our flat fold. So here in a few moments we're going to do that and we'll get a fire started. Well, we finally got a good fire rolling. So easy peasy lemon squeezy. We're just doing some burgers tonight and some Idaho and potatoes. So picked up these quarter-pound burgers. We're just going to season them up and get them on the fire. And yes, of course, I washed my hands. What's on our handy dandy little seasoning pouch. I think for this we just need a little bit of salt and pepper, just give them a little bit of flavor. A little heavy on the salt there. Just a little bit of salt on those ones. And we got our pepper grinder. I'll pat those a bit. Come over and do the same on the other side. Nothing real fancy, just easy peasy. If you've never seen these little seasoning pouches, these things are amazing. You can get these on Amazon pretty cheap. It's actually in a canvas wax bag. Several different bottles that you can store your seasonings in. I got garlic salt in here, garlic powder, onion powder. I even have olive oil. And it comes with a salt grinder as well as a pepper grinder. I think this thing might have cost maybe $20. Worth every penny. I take this thing everywhere on every camp trip. Let's deal with that later. So yeah, there's our burgers. Give them a little pat so the seasoning stay on them. And as you can tell, like I was saying with this grill, it kind of sags in the middle. And it doesn't bother me that much. I just wish it didn't. But this will work for what we're doing tonight. So put our burgers on. They already smell good before I even put them on the fire. So those will probably take about, I don't know, maybe 15-20 minutes to cook completely through. But in the meantime, right before we get ready to eat, the potatoes are stupid simple. Literally, all I'm doing is putting water on here. I brought a package of those Easy Mike Idahoans. So literally just add, I think with these it's 2 cups of water. Yeah, 2 cups of boiling water. And I'm just going to dump them right into my pan. So I'll tell you, if you've never, and I know back in the day whenever we were younger, instant potatoes tasted like the box they come in. These are amazing. Excellent for taking with you camping. They make them in the small bags like this as well as the big family style bags. This is perfect for just me and Abby. So we'll let these cook for a little bit and we'll be back in a moment. So the burgers are coming along beautifully, and go figure, that little pan that I decided to put in there did not work as good as I thought it would, but I do have an idea. I think I'm just going to get an actual brownie pan this size. I think it's maybe 9x9 or 8x8 or something like that, and I'm going to use that. This one melted a little bit on the side and it kind of fell in on us, but it's under there. It's still catching the ambers, so, but it doesn't hold the cherries in it like I'd like it to, so it's taking a little bit longer to cook than I wanted it to, but no big deal. We ain't got nothing but time, and that's kind of the reason we're here. So, but it's coming out beautiful. And of course I brought some cheese, because what is a burger without cheese? Garbage. That's what it is. The sunset is absolutely beautiful. My camera is ridiculous. I really wish that it could take photos like this. I remember whenever we took a trip down to Tennessee and we saw all the rolling hills down there, and I kept trying to take photos, but it just did not do it justice at all. And that's kind of the situation you're in here. You really got to get out and do this yourself to actually witness the beauty. The human eye, the abilities for humans to see this kind of beauty, we haven't invented a camera yet, I don't think, that can capture it like this. But yeah, we're almost there. We'll let the burgers cook for a little bit longer, and then we'll go ahead and boil up some water for our potatoes. Okay, so these are about done. We got a little bit of time left on them, probably another 4 or 5 minutes. So while we're wrapping this up, we'll go ahead and put our water on for our potatoes. And I just have a regular little overland pot. It works great. Awesome thing about these camp pots is they have the measurements right inside. That's all we need. So we'll let that start boiling, and then we'll make some potatoes. So we got really dark here really fast. I had to dig out my headlamp and turn on my camera lamp. But these burgers are about done. We're going to go ahead and throw some cheese on them. The water should be boiling here in a couple minutes. And no better cheese than Velveeta, baby. So we should be ready to eat here shortly. The potatoes are stupid simple. So look, yeah, let's burn the plastic too. Yeah. And I mean, I plan on eventually making videos with a little better recipes and so on, but for right now, we're just camping. We're enjoying our night. It's gorgeous out here tonight. So why not some burgers? Oh yeah, absolutely. So I'm just going to go ahead and take these burgers off. I think that this rack is a little bit too high for that water to boil properly. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that off and set the pot right down in the coals. Let's go ahead and get rid of that for now. And hopefully that'll help it boil a little faster. All of this here is already cooled down, so I'm literally putting the pot right smack dab on top of the coals. So that should be good. Okay, finally, our water is finally boiling for our potatoes. I had to maneuver some coals around here. We are finally ready to mix our potato spuds in. It is hot. These are absolutely ridiculous to make. They're easy to make. You literally just dump them in there and mix them up and you are done. It don't get no better than that. Just like you do at home, you use your fork. You get in there and break those like the potatoes up a bit. Make sure all the mix gets mixed up. You are literally done, man. We'll go ahead and get that plated up. It's looking amazing. Amazing. Okay, we are ready to serve up supper. Abby's plate over here. She's just using a piece of, or part of my frying pan. I have one of those frying pans that you can take the handle off of. And then we got daddy potatoes, baby. And we are starving. We haven't eaten since like 11:30 this morning, and it is now like 6:30, I believe. So this is going to definitely gonna hit the spot. There it is, absolutely delicious looking. What? And what? It does not get any better than that. Got the fire roaring again. Definitely had to stoke that up. About killed it waiting for those freaking coals to get hot for us so we were able to cook. So we got our fire rocking and rolling again. And we are about to feast on this. Alright, we are ready to feast. Look at that. Doesn't get much more traditional. It's nothing fancy, but it's going to be delicious. And we'll put a little bit of salt and pepper on these potatoes. And a little bit more salt. Abby already did, because she's way ahead of me. Hello, Abs!
Hello.
Alright, we got everything ready to roll. She's over here being disgusting, putting mayonnaise on her burgers. But you know, whatever. We're out here to have fun. You have what you like, right?
Yeah.
Amen, baby girl. Alright, we are ready to give this feast a taste test. Just some of that burger on there. Burger's out a little bit cold waiting on those potatoes, but what do you want, you know? What? It does not get any better than that. It's not your mama's meatloaf, but it does the trick, and whenever you're starving, yeah, I'll take it. So we're going to go ahead and finish up our dinner. Abby's over here in the dark eating hers. And we'll come back to you later on when it's time for cocoa. We'll talk to you guys soon. I'm going to tear this up. Talk to you later. Bye.
Use this trash.
That is us all done. Abby left a little taters left, but that was about it. That was absolutely delicious. I'm looking forward to having some hot cocoa later on, but right now we're just going to sit back and relax by this fire, enjoy each other's company. Talk to you guys soon. Okay, it is starting to really chill down, so it is time for us to start this fire. I'm going to go ahead and lay down some base, some of these little bit bigger pieces. Abby and I are nice and full from supper. Just going to put in some of this wood wool. And earlier I battened down some of the wood, so that tool probably do it. So hopefully we got plenty of kindling here. Let's go. This is by far my favorite part of all of it. Now, whenever you first start this, you're going to have some issues with a little bit of smoke, but that's common. Put some of these smaller pieces in here. Hopefully this will catch real easy. And pretty much you just kind of got to close it down. Oh, there it goes. And I always keep the door wide open, with the vent all the way open while I'm first starting it. Mainly because you just need all that oxygen to get in there so that the dry wood will start. And in a few minutes here we will have a roaring fire in here. And she's starting to catch now. Still got a bit of smoke coming out of there. But she's grabbing. I believe that kindling was small enough to get us lit going. So just gonna let that do its thing. We're gonna let this fire get itself started a little bit. Let it get a good burn on, and then Abby and I will end up doing our cocoa probably here in a little bit. Absolutely my favorite part of this. I'll tell you right now, these tent stoves are a game changer. Love them. Alright guys, we are almost there. The fire is warming up and that wood is finally catching. So here in a few, right now it's only 7:30, but we've been here all day. So we are whipped. But here in a little bit we're going to make some hot cocoa and chill out and possibly watch a movie. So we will be back with you shortly whenever it's time to have our cocoa. See you then. Also guys, I didn't mention, but if you're going to have a wood burning stove inside of your tent or even inside of your home, make the investment. Get yourself a nice carbon monoxide detector. It could save your life. They're not very expensive, battery operated, and whenever we put them away, all I do is I flip the center battery around so that whenever I take it back out again, it still has a full charge. If you put it in your backpack or your bag with the batteries cracked, you can press down on that button and end up killing it. So yeah, always make sure if you're going to have some wood burning or any kind of burning inside of your structure, get you a carbon monoxide detector. Be safe. It is scorching hot. That fire heated up pretty quick. Alright guys, I think our water is just about ready. Let's see if we got some steam. Oh yeah, I think that's plenty hot. It's time for some cocoa. Yes, it is definitely time for some cocoa. Nothing beats Swiss Miss in the woods. Just to be sure we're doing it right. 1.5 packs each. Chocolate it up. That is the greatest part about these little 8.8 liter kettles. They make just enough for almost 2 full cups. And that is scorching hot, guys. Woo! We're going to have to let that cool for probably a good, I don't know, probably 15-20 minutes. I think I might have Let that boil a little bit too much there, Abby. What do you think? A little too hot. So we're going to go ahead and let this cool down. I have to find my spoon, so. Does not get any better than that. That is for sure. Okay, guys, I found my spoon. I thought I lost it for a minute there. If you guys are ever looking for a really great set, I don't know if you guys can see that, but you can get these little sets. They come with a butter knife, fork, spoon. Matter of fact, this set even comes with chopsticks. I wanted to get one of those camping spoons. It was like a spoon spork thing. But why would I do that whenever I can get everything I need all in one place? And this actually has chopsticks as well, so isn't that ridiculous? Okay. Oh, that is still boiling hot. Abby, you get the green, you get the light green, I get the dark green, okay?
It's blue.
Is that what that is?
It's blue.
Whatever color it is. I thought it was green. It's working out. Whoa. Alright. Well, about 15-20 minutes, that should be cool down enough to not kill us. And also, obviously, nothing goes better with cocoa than, as per requested, Buenos! Alright, guys. That is amazing. There is nothing like some good food, some cocoa in a tent, in the cold, with family. Amen?
Amen.
Well, we're going to finish our cocoa up here. We'll probably hang out a little bit, maybe watch a movie or something like that. And get some rest. It's been a really long day. We've done a lot. We got here probably around, I think it was about 11:30 this morning, and we've been just going since. So we are really tired, and we are ready to pack it in, relax, finish our cocoa, and maybe watch a movie, maybe pass out, who knows. So we will see you guys in the morning for breakfast. See you guys later. Well, good morning, guys. We slept pretty reasonable. It got a little cold around 3 a.m. Our fire went out on us, so we had to get up and restart that. But it wasn't so bad. I think it got around 33, 34 degrees. I'm not going to re-stoke the stove. I'm not going to start the stove or the fire pit. I'm just going to use my gas stove to make some coffee and to do breakfast this morning. But overall, we slept really good. It was really nice. We had a good time. We ended up watching movies until probably almost midnight, and we had a good time. It was really nice. It didn't get too bad. It's just now starting to pick up wind, but we're just going to go ahead and make some coffee and try to wake up a bit. So I'm just going to use my little butane stove. Again, we have to let the wood burning stove cool down a bit. It's still a little bit hot. So we're just going to use this to make our coffee and to make breakfast this morning. Today we just have some apple chicken sausages and some eggs. Something real simple. Not too ridiculously difficult. It's too early for difficult. I wouldn't give that any more than 5 minutes. We're almost there. I think that's probably going to be hot enough. What do you think, Ed?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hot enough. Woo-wee! That is fiery. And we're not doing anything super extravagant for our coffee this morning. It's not really coffee per se. We're gonna basically, this is macchiato. wants to cooperate. And these pretty much are just those coffees that you can have hot or cold. But we're going to have it hot this morning because it's still a little bit chilly. Oh, yeah. Very nice. That's how to get our gears moving, huh, kid? We'll let this cool down a bit, and while we do that, we'll go ahead and make breakfast. My God, burn the place down doing it. And I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil in here so that the sausages don't stick. Just a little bit. Turn that down a little bit. Our table's a little off balance. They're gonna be delicious. Like I said, these little stoves, they crank. I think our sausages are about done. One thing I've learned about these stoves is you gotta be really careful. They really do crank out the heat. So I'm gonna get these off and then get our eggs on. Pretty much you can cook almost anything if you're trying to cook it slow and easy on low. Now that our sausages are done, we're going to do our eggs. I think I'm going to just do 2 eggs at a time. This pan is not huge, it's only 8 inches, so. And look at how fast they're cooking on this little stove. I could do 3, but that's okay. Add a little bit of our salt grinder and a little bit of pepper. See a lot of these guys on YouTube, they don't ever season their eggs. Well, guess what? Here in the United States, we put salt and pepper on our eggs. It's the American way. Go ahead and see if we can give these a flip. Because we do like them a little dippy, and I also like them thick. So, not too bad. A couple seconds on that side, and those things will be completely finished. And we call that Operation Breakfast Complete. It's not super snazzy or anything, but it gets the job done. Yeah, That was absolutely amazing. Alright guys, well that is us all packed up. I would have videotaped us packing up, but we got some serious rain coming in and the wind is seriously picking up, so we wanted to get everything put away before that hit us. But we had an absolutely amazing time. Definitely coming back out to this spot again. Albion, Pennsylvania, Dirty Cherry Mud Show. This place is absolutely breathtaking. We will definitely be back. And I think that's just going to be us wrapping it up. We had a great breakfast, great dinner, great night. Didn't get too cold last night, about maybe 35, 34 degrees. The wood burning stove did amazing. We ended up burning through most of that wood. And we didn't have to stoke it again until 3 a.m. But it came together absolutely wonderful. And we look forward to seeing you guys in the next camp. Until then, we will see you later. Alright guys, that is us all wrapped up. We're going to drive on out of this beautiful spot. Absolutely beautiful. You guys haven't noticed, I absolutely love saying absolutely. And guys, everybody, Abby's got something she'd like to say.
Goodbye, guys.
See you next time.